Today I have a huge, rather life-changing announcement to share with all of you. But really quick before I do that, today's patron shoutout goes to MD. Thank you so very much for the support. Also, if you'd like to have your music featured in Freebeat Live 2025, simply click the link in the description. Heads up, you've only got 1 week left to get your music submitted if you want to see it in the show, which is just a couple of weeks away. Exciting stuff. It's gonna be a good time. All right, let's get into the announcement. So when I started Freebeat, my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, and I lived at her parents' place. Her job wasn't really going anywhere, and I had actually just lost my job. And this was right before COVID hit. So we were living at her parents' place in a tiny little bedroom. Well, it wasn't that tiny, but for the two of us, it was pretty tiny. And just so I could do something, I decided to get into electronic music out of nowhere. I've always been a musician, drummer my whole life, but I discovered the PO33, thought it was really cool, really interesting. I went ahead and purchased one and immediately started posting those videos on YouTube. Before that, I'd been pretty depressed and I was bombing job interviews left and right. And after starting Freebeat and posting those videos, I nailed a job interview and got a job. And we were able to move out into our own apartment right before COVID hit. And then with COVID hitting and all the weird employment stuff that happened, I was actually able to take advantage of that to turn Freebeat into my job. And that's what led us to here. We moved out of her parents' place into a 1-bedroom apartment. And I worked out of a tiny little corner in the bedroom for a couple of years until we were able to afford a bigger place, which is where we are now. That was a huge change for me, a huge deal. Freebeat has its own dedicated room now because of that move. And I feel like I was able to take advantage of it pretty well. However, I definitely have had some complaints. I haven't really been able to play my electronic drums as hard as I'd like, full velocity. I, of course, have not at all been able to set up acoustic drums or anything like that. I have them set up upstairs at my in-laws' place, at her parents' place, but it's just not really a good environment for recording there, and it's kind of a hassle to haul the computer back and forth. I don't know if you can hear that, but you can constantly hear sirens and people outside and stuff like that nonstop pretty much here. It's very hard to record, and it's just in general been still kind of a rough time trying to perform this job at an apartment complex. And I felt this way for a while, and my wife has also felt pretty cramped in this little 2-bedroom apartment. She loves crafting and things like that, and she's also just wanted her own space, and right now she's had to settle for a tiny little desk just in the living room. And so we started looking for houses. Now, if you know anything about the United States housing market right now, it's like 2 thumbs down. It's pretty rough. But despite the market being bad, we've actually had several opportunities in the past year or so to move into proper houses, but they've all fallen through. Whether that would be buying or renting, they've all just kind of fizzled out. Or weird, random circumstances have popped up, emergencies, things like that, and it just hasn't worked out. Until now. That's right, my wife and I are moving into a house, and it's not just any house. You see, her parents have actually purchased a new place, and we are going to be taking over their old house, the same house that we lived at, including that room that we lived at. It's also the house that we got married at. We had our wedding there. We already have a lot of memories at this house, and it's honestly extremely overwhelming to think that we are going to be moving in there and taking it over as our own. It's going to open up so many new avenues for the channel. I'm going to be able to pursue so many different ways of making content and different types of content. Of course, I'm going to eventually be able to set my acoustic drum kit up in a proper space and actually do it justice. I'm also going to be able to immediately set up my electronic drum kit and play that full velocity as I would a real drum set, and record that and process that through different types of gear, hardware, software. It's just gonna blow the lid off of what I'm able to do with Freebeat. And it finally feels like I'm going to be able to realize a lot of these dreams and ideas I've had for the channel for the longest time that just wouldn't have been able to work in an apartment. I know I've made lots of like promises and claims and like, oh, I'm going to start doing things this way here and start doing things that way, you know, and most often those have fallen through. Really, it just boils down to I try to do all this stuff in an apartment. You know, we've got upstairs neighbors, we've got neighbors across the hall. 6 inches behind my monitor is the window, and on the other side of the window is like the main pathway of our building. So there's foot traffic and people talking out there constantly. So the fact that we are moving into a proper home is just if I don't sound excited, it's because I'm really overwhelmed. I will have way more to share in the future, but it just became official just yesterday for us. We were like 99.9% sure it was going to happen. We even started packing some of our stuff. But yesterday it really truly became official, as in like this is happening. So it's an incredible blessing. I absolutely recognize how privileged we are to be in this position. And I want to try and take advantage of this position as much I can and really just make the best content that I can at this location, because I am so grateful for this opportunity. And really, I wouldn't have been able to last this long at this job if it weren't for all of you, everybody watching, my patrons and just my normal subscribers, and the people who haven't even subscribed, who just stumble upon a video and click like or dislike, or maybe leave a comment. You know, thank you. I don't know what else to say other than thank you. I'm so freaking excited for this huge leap forward. Just, it's unreal to think about. That being said, moving is also incredibly stressful. We've already started moving some of our stuff. A lot of our apartment is rather empty, but we are going to slowly continue moving throughout the course of this month. And we're not actually out of the apartment until the end of the month, and then we actually fully get keys in early August. So, Freebeat Live is of course scheduled for July 25th and 26th. Freebeat Live is still going to happen. Don't worry, it's still gonna happen. Unfortunately, it's just not gonna be the like huge comeback that I thought it was going to be this year. You probably noticed there hasn't been as much marketing as I said I was going to do, and that's simply because I've been so busy with all of this house stuff, as has my wife. So we really haven't been able to market the show like we wanted to, but I didn't want to all out cancel it because there's still a really fun time. It's my favorite thing I do every year, and even if my set's a little shorter, even if we don't get as many community showcase entries as normal, it's still gonna be a fun time. And yeah, it's just a great way to hang out and enjoy some music. In short, I just want Freebeat Live 2025 to still happen. I'm still excited for it. I hope you are too. Like I said, it's not going to be humongous, but it is still happening, I promise. If you want to submit your music, you still have a week to do so. Be sure to click the link in the description, watch the video that tells you how. Every track that gets submitted gets played. So if you submit a track and it meets the guidelines, I'm gonna play it. It's gonna make the showcase. I'm still building out my MC707 set, and I'm really happy with where it's at. I'm probably gonna have some more improv elements since I haven't had as much time to dial in, like, you know, the exact things for every track that I want. So there's probably going to be some more kind of push and pull, give and take, but that's fun. I don't really improvise live, so we'll see how that goes. That's an exciting thing for me to do as well. A little nerve-wracking, but still exciting. Anyway, yeah, that's it. TLDR, we're moving into a freaking house. And the channel's just gonna get better and better from here. Freebeat Live is still happening. And if you want your music featured in the show, click the link in the description. Anyway, I do hope you found this video informative or entertaining. I don't know if either of those apply here. Click the thumbs up if you enjoyed it. You can always leave a dislike if you didn't. Thank you for being here. Thanks for watching. Subscribe because this truly is just the beginning. I can't wait to see where Freebeat goes from here. Thank you all so very much for watching. Thanks for the support, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye.